So say this with me. I am going to get the perfect score I need for my desired course in my desired school by the grace of God. Amen. Amen. So shall it be. Hi guys, it's your girl Anita Anai Dava, and I'm going to be giving you tips and tricks on how to maximize your Jamb score, getting 300 plus. I need to say it out very clearly that Jamb is not that hard. Jamb is not even hard, to be very honest, and I feel like because some people had a certain experience, they would want to make that out to be the general experience, but it is really not. Jamb is really not that hard. I'm saying this again and again. It's not that hard. I really feel like Jamb is a common sense examination, and it was very easy. I wrote Jamb 3 times, and it was very easy for me to pass all of those times even without studying. For the first time ever I wrote Jamb, I got a 270. The second time I got a 284, and then the third time I got a 270. The second tip I'm going to give is I do not believe in Jamb lessons. Some people learn better in groups, right? But no matter how much group learning you do, if you do not read on your own, if you do not do individual study, you really won't go ahead. That's just the truth, because it's very different when you are reading to yourself and explaining to yourself and understanding the things in your own words and in your own way and in your own quiet time. So I would advise that you get a quiet place where you can study, and you have like a proper time each day where you study, at least 2 hours. For this time period from your reading time to your exams, avoid distractions. To be honest, parents and teachers say this all the time, but it's such a cliche and nobody listens to it anymore. But just concentrate, drop every other thing. You won't know how much of a distraction social media is until you actually just let it go and start studying. I tried as much as possible to avoid my phone as a distraction. I would lock my phone away in my cupboard and study. But I can just imagine just how much more I could have passed if I just completely abandoned all my gadgets, not even taking a break to use my phone, focusing, because this is a very crucial time period. It's never going to happen again. You can write Jamb only once. It's very possible to write Jamb only once. The only reason why I needed to even write Jamb again was because I made a mistake in the courses I selected because of the course I wanted, and I did not make a change of course on time. That was the only reason why. If not, I know several people who have just had to write Jamb once and they got the courses that they wanted in their choice universities. So it's very, 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 very possible. So just take that time and be like, I want to write this thing once and get it over with. Everything can come after. Every single thing can come after. You're going to have so much free time after. I'm going to wonder why did I just focus? It was just few months and then it's all over. So focus. There's power in focus. The subjects you put more attention in, you get a higher score. The subjects you put less attention in, you get a lower score. It only makes sense that you should succeed where you put more effort into. It's nature. So the next thing I would say is, if the course that you want to get into has a cutoff mark of 250, do not aim for 250. Do not aim for 250. I repeat, because if you aim for the moon, you just might even hit the stars. Your goal has to be very high. You have to have a very high goal. You have to try as much as possible to maximize your Jamb score as much as possible. Don't even put a limit on yourself. Read as if you want to get the full 400 over 400. The reason is because the higher your Jamb score, the more opportunities you have. You have a lot more choices to make when your Jamb score is higher. Because in terms of, not just in terms of scholarships, in terms of schools, in terms of courses, you're not limited in any way. So try as much as possible to make your Jamb scores high. That is the main thing that your mind should be on. Let your mind just be on, let this my Jamb score be 400 over 400. That's the best advice I can give to anybody, because when your target is lower, your score is much definitely going to be lower. I believe I would have been able to get a much higher score if only I had increased my reading time. The second time I wrote Jamb, I focused on literature and English because I had lower scores on them in my first Jamb. And in my second Jamb, I now got higher scores in those subjects I had put more focus on. So the thing is, it's very evident. So apart from the regular Jamb past questions, another thing that really helped me is websites like myschool.ng. I even went on to download the app, and I would also say read widely. Don't limit yourself to your school notes. Don't limit yourself to textbooks, because Jamb twists questions in such a way that if you don't really understand the topic, you are going to be confused. You understand? Because it wants to make sure the questions are designed in such a way that if you cram, you will not be able to answer the question, period. So you have to actually have understanding of that subject. So try as much as possible to read widely, watch YouTube videos on the topics, and cover everything. Don't make the mistake of dwelling on one particular subject. Cover everything. If there are 20 topics in a particular subject, best believe that there will be questions from every single one of those topics. So make sure you cover everything. Don't kill yourself on one thing. That is all, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, Jamb is simple. It's all in your head. Bye, guys. See you in my next video.